By day, the Queen's House in Greenwich, London, is a picture of elegance. Its brilliant white walls stand immaculate, a calm and stately presence under the often gray English sky. Tourists wander its halls, admiring the art, the architecture, and the rich history soaked into its very foundations. But as the sun dips below the horizon and the last visitor leaves, the atmosphere begins to shift. The silence inside isn't peaceful anymore. It's heavy, tense, as if the entire building is holding its breath, waiting for the cover of darkness. When night truly falls, the grand house feels wrong, and the unseen residents begin to stir. This magnificent building was commissioned in the early 1600s for Anne of Denmark, the wife of King James I. It was designed by the famous architect Inigo Jones to be a house of delight, a symbol of purity, beauty, and modern design. Yet from its earliest days, whispers have followed it through the centuries. Staff members, guards, and even visitors have long spoken of unsettling experiences. They talk of footsteps that echo in empty corridors, doors that swing open softly with no one there to push them, and a sudden, inexplicable pressure in the air that makes your skin crawl and the hairs on your arms stand on end. At the very heart of this legendary unease lies the Tulip Staircase. An architectural marvel, it was the first self-supporting spiral staircase ever built in Britain. Its elegant blue iron railings twist gracefully upward, adorned with stylized flowers that give the staircase its name. It's a breathtaking sight, beautiful, symmetrical, and yet, for many, deeply unsettling. This is because countless people, over many years, have claimed that this staircase is used by something unseen long after the house is locked up for the night. The grand spiral seems to be a pathway not just between floors, but perhaps between worlds. The most famous and chilling event connected to the staircase happened in 1966. A retired Canadian reverend, Ralph Hardy, was visiting the Queen's house with his wife. As they explored the magnificent building, he was drawn towards the Tulip Staircase. He later described an inexplicable chill that seemed to flow down the steps, a cold breath in the otherwise still air. Intending only to capture the stunning architecture, he raised his new camera and took a photograph. In that moment, he felt a sudden heaviness in the silence, an undeniable feeling that he was no longer alone. When the Hardys returned to Canada and developed their film, they were stunned by what they saw. The photograph of the staircase was not empty. Ascending the elegant spiral were two faint shrouded figures. One figure appeared to be climbing the stairs, gripping the handrail with both hands. Just behind and slightly above it was a second figure, its form just as ethereal and ghostly. They were translucent, misty, yet unmistakably human-like in their shape. The image was terrifying. It wasn't just a blur or a trick of the light. It showed two distinct entities, seemingly in motion, on a staircase that had been completely empty. Reverend Hardy sent the photograph and its negative back to London, to the National Maritime Museum, which manages the Queen's house. He included a letter explaining the circumstances under which he took the picture. The museum, intrigued and disturbed, passed the evidence on to experts, including specialists from Kodak. These professionals examined the original negative exhaustively, looking for any sign of tampering, double exposure, or any other photographic trickery. They found nothing. They could not provide a rational explanation for how these ghostly figures appeared on the film. The photograph was, as far as they could tell, completely genuine. This wasn't just an isolated incident. The museum officials, while cautious, had to admit that reports of strange phenomena on the Tulip Staircase were common. Staff had long reported seeing shadowy figures and hearing disembodied footsteps. Some stories speak of a spectral woman, seen wiping blood from the bottom of the stairs, believed to be the ghost of a maid who fell or was pushed from the top landing over 300 years ago, plunging to her death. Could the figures in the photograph be her, or perhaps other restless spirits tied to the house's long and sometimes dark history? The legends surrounding the Queen's house are numerous. Some believe the spirits are those of servants who met tragic ends within these walls, their stories lost to time but their presence lingering on. Others propose a more scientific, though no less strange, theory, the stone tape theory. This idea suggests that powerful emotional events can somehow be recorded into the fabric of a building, like a recording on a magnetic tape. The apparitions, the footsteps, the cold spots, they could be mere echoes, endlessly replaying a moment from the past. The spirits themselves unaware that centuries have passed them by. Whatever the explanation, the feeling of being watched on the Tulip Staircase persists to this day. Visitors often report a sense of unease as they stand at its base, looking up into the swirling vortex of steps. Many feel a sudden chill or the sensation of movement just at the edge of their vision. It's a feeling that something invisible might be leaning over the rail from the floor above, staring down, just waiting for the moment you look away. It's this personal psychological element that makes the haunting so effective. It's not about seeing a ghost, it's about feeling one. Even now, decades after it was taken. Reverend Hardy's photograph remains one of the most compelling and chilling pieces of paranormal evidence ever captured. It's not famous for showing a violent act or a grotesque screaming face. Its power lies in its subtlety, its quiet horror. It captures something far worse, the simple, terrifying proof that the Queen's house is not empty. It suggests that on the beautiful, elegant Tulip Staircase, the dead may still walk quietly beside the living unseen, unheard, and terrifyingly close. So next time you see a picture of this stunning staircase, look closely. You might see more than just the iron and stone. You might just see the figures who never left. Thanks for watching.